You expect the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix to be tough. You expect it to be challenging. You expect it to ask the questions of these riders. And let me tell you, this LGCT Grand Prix of Paris here this afternoon is doing exactly that. We are at the halfway point of tonight's Grand Prix, and only a single rider has qualified for the jump-off. Only one name finds itself on a jump-off list going into round two, and that name belongs to Nicolas Philippaerts. The Belgian is the only rider to make sure that every single fence stayed up and that he completed Gregory Bordeaux's course inside the designated time. Max Kuhner, Victor Bettendorf, Oliver Fletcher, who's been showing great promise, Andreas Schau, Jérôme Guéry. These are fantastic names and big riders that have competed thus far. Simon de Lestre, hoping that tonight was going to be his night. Maximilian Weishout, still now trying to go on and develop into the 2025 season. Peter de Vos, Niels Bruinseels, big names in the world of show jumping that have not been able to conquer this course. Only that of Nicolas Philippaerts is the man. Let's hear from the Belgian. Nicolas Philippaerts, the first clear of the afternoon. It looks like it's really tough going out there. Give me your thoughts.
It's pretty tough. Still many good ones to come in the end of the class, but I'm very delightful with my mare. She really fought, and it's pretty warm here today, but she jumped truly unbelievable today.
A lot of fences going down tells me that what has been built here is quite challenging. Talk to me about what stood out for you. What was a big challenge, a big ask for your horse?
Well, I think the wall after the triple combinations comes pretty quick, and then the last line still takes a lot of effort. Like I said, the ring is not so big here. Everything comes really fast, and you got to try to make your first distance out of the corners.
I assume that you've walked the jump off already. Talk to me about what you have walked for the jump off. What does it look like? How does it feel?
I walked the jump off. I'm going to look at it once again now, make a good plan, and see a little bit how many clears there will be in the end of the class.
Do you feel that the jump off suits Moya van der Bischop?
Well, I think maybe naturally wise she's not the quickest, but she jumped great now the first round. Hopefully not too many clears will come that we can have a good chance in the jump off.
Thank you very much. The question now for Nicolas Philippaerts and his 13-year-old mare is just how then is he going to try and tackle that jump off? The other question, I suppose, is going to be how many riders is he going to have to face off in that jump off? We've been chatting to a couple of the riders in and around the ring today, and at first there was the suggestion of anywhere between 8 to 12. Then some started saying anywhere between 6 and 8. All of a sudden now at the halfway point and just a single rider having qualified, maybe we are looking at the lower figures for around 4, 5, 6. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, the better qualifying, the better informed riders are still to come. But 1 out of 20, well, that normally suggests that we are in for a smaller jump-off later on tonight, which can be absolutely thrilling, just by the way. Andreas Schau, one of the men to have fences down. I'm afraid it was not to be today for him and Billy Matador. Let's hear from Schau and get his thoughts. Andreas Schau, seems like there's plenty of faults all over this ring. What do you make of the course thus far?
No, we always know this ring is very difficult for the horses to jump in, but all built, I think, a fair. But again, as you say, tough. It takes a lot of effort here and there, and a lot of tall verticals. So horses need to be sharp, and they come very quick in there. So yeah, but I think it's very well built.
How did Billy Matador feel?
He felt actually very good. Didn't feel so good in a long time. It's a long time since he jumped such a big class. He was a little bit behind my other two good horses for a while. And I must say, I maybe on the 2 places where I had a tiny mistake, one place a bit too much pressure, one time a little bit too deep, and 2 small touches, but I'm very happy with him.
Conditions as they are, faults as we are seeing them. Are you expecting maybe a smaller jump off tonight?
I think in the end, when people figure the course out, for sure, you know, I prefer always that it's not more than 10 in the jump-off, you know, so everybody can have a good placement when you do a clear round. So somewhere just below 10 clear, I expect, and which is going to make good sport for us.
Thank you very much. A little bit of arena preparation that's currently on the go behind us now. You'll see the tractors just making sure that for the second half of the field, the second half of this class, that everything is in perfect shape for those riders to follow. We stand by and are waiting for the next to come, just by the way. After the break, Abdel Said, already a 2-time Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix winner, both times, ironically, being in Doha, both times, ironically, being with his incredible horse, Boni Ami. He will be first out after the break. And then, as we said, the rider riders really start to come thick and fast. Natalie Dean has been in great form over the last few months as well. Katrien Ackerman, twice a winner in Miami Beach over the last few seasons. Marcus Eining, boy, nothing needed more to say about him. Henrik von Ackerman, former world #1, he too is producing a huge amount of horses as well. We saw Minuteman in the Global Champions League, and now for Henrik von Ackerman here, he brings in Minuteman once again. That is what is to look forward to in the second half of the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Paris. We are ready to go for that second half. There is your two-time LGCT Grand Prix winner. Let's go and watch the round of Abdel Said.
Super Grand Prix golden tickets. This man won the very first of those in Doha. Emmanuel Camilli won the second in Mexico City. Scott Brash took the third in Shanghai. Leg 4, the golden ticket went to Yoli Mittelineo, Lartista Toxandra. Leg 5 in Cannes, Harry Smulders, and the Evergate Stables is Monaco. And last week, leg 6, Scott Brash has already claimed his golden ticket, so that then went to the second placed combination. Ken Farrington and Tulane secured the Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix golden tickets. Well, welcome back to the action, and the one number 19 resumes play in this first heat of battle. The cauldron in the Champ de Mars is really toasty. Abdel, who won the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix in Doha both this year and last year, both times with Bonami, his Estonian-bred mare. Abdel, courtesy of that win, lies 16th on the Longines Global Champions Tour season standings. And this is a young horse again, 10 years of age. Quicksilver Saint-Simeon crossed to Hickstead. Hickstead, who won the Olympic title in 08 with Eric Lamaze in Hong Kong. The dam sire, it is Quaker Brimble Z for Abdel Said on course. This is a brand new partnership as of November last year. This is their very first Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix as a rookie combination. Boy, Abdel really commits down through the Longines treble. Determined riding from the man from Alexandria in Egypt initially. They jumped 2 5-star Grand Prix in Wellington in March. One down at each of those. They touched the top of the Liverpool. Yeah, Abdel Said has got to get a wiggle on here down towards the last combination. All time penalties are looming for the Belgian. Quaker Brimble Z down to the final fence, and I'm afraid the Trippy Trio Oxford goes at 12. He was 0.95 a second as well, in excess of the time. What a good round from Abdel Said. But again, the back end of this course is proving a giant killer. The penultimate goes this time for the late 4 and 0.95 a second out of time. It is 5 Abdel Said. But their Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix debut is a very strong one, given the demand.
A late fault for Abdel Said means that he will not join Nicola Philippart in tonight's jump-off. The two-time LGCT Grand Prix winner will not add a third title by the end of tonight. The next man in, Antoine Herman. If you want to join us here on GCTV, sign up for a live pass and come watch the closure of the LGCT Grand Prix of Paris. This is stage 7. Sign up and come watch the rest of the LGCT Grand Prix with us tonight.